Turning now to the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. She's the mother accused of killing her 3 young children in 2023.
Today, we heard directly from Clancy for the very first time when she spoke inside a Massachusetts courtroom. We're also getting more insight into Clancy's mindset from expert excerpts of her personal journal seized in a search warrant. Prosecutors say Clancy acted intentionally when she killed her children. Her defense argues she was suffering from severe postpartum psychosis at the time. Clancy has pled not guilty.
NBC's Stephen Romo continues to follow the trial for us. We're also joined by NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, I want to start with you, if I can. Before testimony even began today, for the first time, we heard the voice of Lindsay Clancy. She was talking to the judge, agreeing to certain facts in this case. Let's listen.
Do you understand, by signing or going along with that stipulation, you are basically relieving the Commonwealth of its burden to prove those certain facts? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do at this point?
Yes.
What facts was she agreeing to there exactly?
So we don't actually have the filing. It's not public. It could become part of evidence. But this is a very typical thing where both the defense and the prosecutors agree on things relating to what's called chain of evidence. So every single thing that comes into the courtroom, prosecutors would have to put dozens of witnesses on the stand in order to say this was taken from the house, it went to this lab, it was tested here. They're agreeing that all of that can come in without prosecutors having to go through those steps. And one of the reasons that it's happening here, she's not contesting that she committed the act, just the level of criminal accountability. So some of that investigation that's contested in other cases is not at issue in this one.
So we heard her voice, Stephen, for the first time. We also have now heard her writings from her personal journal in the months leading up to the killings of her 3 children. They were emotional. They spoke to her state of mind and what she was going through. What is some of what we heard?
Yeah, it was fascinating to hear these journals. A lot of them happened while she was trying to sleep train her 8-month-old Callan in this, and just the frustration behind it. We did get some insight into her thinking. The jurors got to see this as well, of course. Let's just take a look at some of them. One of them, she writes, some of these are undated. This is actually from November, which is just a couple months before these killings. She wrote, "I'm so desperate to get a mental break from taking care of everyone that my mind is trying to find something physically wrong with me." Also, several mentions like this one, undated, "I want help. I want to be well." And then she also wrote, "I have crazy brain fog. I feel like I can't make a plan. I live moment to moment waiting for the next nap time. I'm terrified of Cal getting overtired now because I feel I can't help him." And talking about her own lack of sleep as well, and just the frustration there. Of course, prosecutors could point out that she was thinking and functioning to be able to write these things, but the defense obviously pointing to her clear cries for help and saying that she had mental health struggles.
Every twist and turn of this thing is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, and a lot of parents can relate to that lack of sleep part anyway. Yeah, Stephen Romo, Misty Marris.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.